Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a video on do you need a Galeclaw? Now I know what you're thinking, I don't need a Galeclaw, and wow Joe, you're stupid. Well, I'd go ahead and say you're only about half right on that one, but full disclosure, I'm not a Galeclaw salesman, I don't work for the big bird industry, but unless you're Icarus flying too close to the sun, you're going to want these wings. They are easily the best for gliding. Now let's start off by covering what does a Galeclaw and what does it do? And most importantly, where is it? So in here in the map, you are going to see they're in two big areas. So if you go ahead and travel on over here to this ancient ritual site, be forewarned, this is a hostile environment. You will spawn into enemies, and they will not be happy with you. So I would recommend having a flying mount that you're just going to not be able to fly away on. I'd recommend having a flying mount that you can just fly away on. And as you can see, there's already a Galeclaw right there. And just kind of get away from those enemies. They will hunt your ass down. You are not going to get away from them too easily. So I would recommend just running away. If you need to fly away further, you can come back on over here. And you'll notice this big tower. But if we come on over here, this is going to be a roll of the dice, but I'm just trying to show you guys some locations. And nice egg over there. Where are you? They're hiding. Now, they're going to be up in the air sometimes, too, so you may have to look up or down. Oh, there we go. So there's a couple over here. So especially with Galeclaws, they're usually high up in the sky. You're not going to want to try to melee them. You're going to want a ranged weapon, or if you have a flying mount like this, you can actually try to shoot a fireball at them, get their attention. I actually really like Ignis Breath because you can kind of nuke them down and then look away real fast, and it will prevent them. Oops, he's on fire. It will prevent them from killing the pal. This pal, if he breaks out, I'm pretty sure he might die because he's on fire. Okay, cool, caught him. So it's relatively easy to catch these. They're not going to give you too much trouble. You can just keep running up and be like pew 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 pews. And then, actually, I don't even think I have to dismount here. I think I can just stay on here. Yeah, you can just hit them with a pal ball, pal sphere. Might get sued by you know who. All right, that's not working. Whatever. So, anyways, that's how you're gonna catch them. So once you catch a Galeclaw, we are gonna go back to the base and we are gonna craft ourselves a glider. All right, so now back at base, there is something I did want to show you. Is at level 7 you can get the Celaray's gloves. I'd recommend getting this as a glider first. The crafted gliders are kind of not really very good. And if you scroll down here, the Galeclaw gloves aren't until level 23, so you're going to have to be level 23 to unlock these. Shouldn't be too bad, but it's 100% worth it. The Galeclaw gloves themselves allow you to use it as a glider. So until you craft these, you're not going to be able to use it, but it's only cloth, leather, fiber, and palladium fragments. Cloth you're going to get from wool. Leather you're going to get from random pals that you kill, you knock out or incapacitate. Don't kill them, please. And the fiber you can get from wood. You can also turn your fiber, you can turn your wood into fiber from the crusher. And palladium fragments you can turn into stone from the crusher, or you can just gather. But anyways, so you're going to craft that, and then once you actually have your Galeclaw, you can use them. Now, just remove this. I didn't realize I had one in my inventory. So once you have your Galeclaw, that's going to go as a key item, so you're not going to have it on you, and it's going to allow you to use a Galeclaw. Now, this is going to be based off your stamina, so if you have low stamina, you're going to blast through it pretty quick. If you have high stamina, I have about 230. I can't see how many points I put in it, unfortunately. But it allows me to glide pretty well, so you're going to be able to get around much faster, and it's going to be much more efficient. I just use it to even scoot across the base. You'll see me in my other video using it to kind of just scoot across areas, even on flat areas like this. If you see how I'm just kind of gliding around pretty fast, it works really well. Now, one thing I would like to note about these is their partner skill is what allows you to glide. So if you upgrade this, you're going to glide faster. So unfortunately, I'm getting raided, so this is like terrible timing. Okay, so I'm back from that raid. I wanted to show some gliding with the Galeclaw here. And as you can see, I have my Galeclaw. I got Motivational Leader. I'm not sure if that increases the speed. I don't want to say it does, but sometimes it does feel like it. Now, when you're gliding with the Galeclaw, what I would recommend is using it for instances like this, is when you're flying up, 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 and up. Oops, just trying to burn some stamina. Let's say you're running out of stamina and you wanted to get on top of that base, or let's actually use up here as a better example. So let's say you're flying around, you're like, I need to make it up here and I'm out of stamina. Dismount and use your Galeclaw to glide, and you'll be able to actually cover a lot further of distances. Now, with the Galeclaw, there's a little trick, and this actually works with most gliders, but the Galeclaw especially because it keeps its speed, is when you're gliding, you're going to start dropping rapidly after a few, maybe like 5 to 10 seconds of gliding. You start dropping like really fast. And as you can see, I'm almost like going straight down at that point. If you keep dismounting and mounting your Galeclaw, not only will it keep your height, it will allow you to extend your glide. Now, I'm on PC, so I'm smashing the spacebar, every few seconds. Other people might not like that. So I completely understand if you don't want to be smashing the space bar. But as you can see on the downward side of things, I do not actually, should not have slid. I don't actually take a stamina hit. So that's actually really good for traveling around. So that's how I would personally recommend using the Galeclaw. And it helps a lot. And just with the speed alone, it helps. But using that technique, it doesn't work over short distances like this because you're just going to fall or hit something. But over long distances, it works really well. All right, and now let's showcase some gliders here. So for those of you that like some comparisons, let's compare these. So I have a Celaray. I'm only going to showcase a Celaray because I don't want to make this video too long. But the other thing we're going to showcase here is the normal parachute and the Mega Glider. So we'll move this normal parachute over here. Now, the normal parachute in itself is kind of what it says. It's a normal parachute. It is not going to have very fast gliding capabilities. It's going to use a ton of stamina. It's very slow. It's really just meant for protecting yourself from falls. So don't expect to get good results from that. As far as the Mega Glider goes, it's really not that much better. It's slightly better. It's just meant for you to leave an extra space, like so you don't have to have a pal take up an extra space. But it's about as slow as that. It's pretty bad. Now, both use up your stamina, so I also would recommend not leaving these in your inventory or leaving it in the glider spot. Sometimes it does glitch out and will override your PAL, and you will not be able to, no matter how many times you pull it in and pull it out, it will not be able to use the PAL. And the other thing is it's extra weight. So the original, can't pull that, there we go. So the original parachute is 10 and this one's 15. Now that's not a big deal for a lot of people, but towards the late game, you're not going to really want to have like a crazy amount of weight. I've just been pumping points into weight because I like to have extra weight, but you don't have to. Now, as far as the Celaray goes, this is going to be your basic kind of glider. It's much better than the normal parachute and Mega Glider. So if you need something to glide around on, I would recommend that. And as far as the Galeclaw, this is going to be your best. Just to show you how far you can actually go with the Galeclaw, we'll get on up here and we'll start a little journey. So now every few seconds when you can, you're just going to kind of want to dismount. You can actually like let it hang for a second or two to kind of conserve stamina, especially if you're going like downhill like this and you don't have to worry really about the stamina, really worry about the height. The stamina is still going to be a little bit of a problem. As you can see, I'm running out. And you don't want to be too high from the ground when you run out, but what you can always just kind of, and I ran out. So, all right, took a hit there, no big deal. Luckily, fall damage isn't that bad, but that's a good example of the Galeclaw can actually extend your flying much further. And apparently that bird's really pissed at that penguin. I don't know what he did, poor penguin. Now, in these scenarios, that's what I would recommend the Galeclaw for use. It works really well. I really enjoy it. It helps me travel around and it really just speeds things up. So, all right, it was getting nighttime, so I had to sleep just to make sure that we had enough light for this video. So one thing I'm going to show you is how to speed up your mount. So I've seen some people, your glider. I've seen some people have some ramps going off their base. I don't want to have to build a ramp for the purpose of this video, so I'm just going to show you guys here in the staircase in the starting area. there's a little trick to it. So when you slide, it's the crouch button. You're going to want to be sprinting. So for me, it's going to be shift. Oop, if I can sprint, hold shift, and then you're going to press C and you'll slide. Now, you're going to notice my momentum kind of carries through. So what you'll see is as I'm going down about right there, about halfway, my speed really picks up. You can use that almost as a momentum kind of push for your glider. So what you can do is sprint, slide, pull out your glider, and now you can see how fast I'm going. Now, I'm going to make it about the same distance because the stamina drain does go up, but where it helps me is when I do the release, I'm keeping my momentum. Oh, hey, shiny Cremis. We're not going to stop the video for that, but as you can see, I made it even further than last time doing my release trick, and that's how you can really make use of this glider. Alright, so another gliding trick I have up my sleeve involves use of either the grapple gun or the mega grapple gun. Now, this I'm going to do it step by step because it is kind of tricky. It took me a little bit to kind of get down the button switches, but once you get it down, it's relatively easy. So what you need to do is you need your grapple gun. You need a second weapon to switch to, but what we're going to do is we're going to grapple, switch our weapon, so let's go with the grapple. And then once we let go, we're going to pull out our Galeclaw. So I'll show you here. Let's see if I'm back far enough. So now pull your weapon, oops, and see it's all about timing. So sometimes it's not going to happen, but when you do it, the reward is very high. So let's try this. Actually, I'll try this side. Oops, and see, yep, messed it up again. All right, so one more try before I have to edit the video. Ah, God dang it. Let's try this again. All right, there we go. So now, as you can see, I am going really fast, and this time, if you let go and you keep your speed, you're going to really start to be able to glide pretty far. So I'm going to get really far here by doing this trick, by letting go of the glider, reinitiating it. And it's probably not going to give me that much more distance, but I feel like it's kind of noticeable in some regards. Ooh, one more try. Whee! Nice. So I made it all the way from up there to the Rayne Syndicate Tower, just off a glider. And I did it really fast. I can almost not even see almost over there. So yeah, that's another good way to be able to use the glider to get around faster. Yeah, I was just kidding. We got to catch this bad boy. We're gonna just run on up on him. Now, a little bonus part of this video is if you ever find a shiny that's really non-aggro like this, you can actually hit them with the back bonus with a better ball. And you notice that back bonus. So now, no fighting with that. That was just an easy catch. And moving on. So hope you enjoyed my video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you guys like it. And if there's anything better I can do, feel free to clue me in. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.